So, you get a job offer, right? And you see that big, exciting salary number. But is that really the whole story? Well, I'm here to tell you it's often just the tip of the iceberg. See, when you get a job offer, there's usually a whole bunch of hidden money that you might not notice at first. And today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to learn how to find that hidden treasure so you know what a job is really worth.
All right, let's make this real. Imagine this. You get two job offers. Seriously, how cool is that? But which one's the better deal? It's not always as simple as it looks.
Okay, let's look at this. Job A is offering you $50,000 a year. That's it. Pretty straightforward. Job B, on the other hand, is offering $47,000, but they're also going to cover your health insurance. So which one's better? At first glance, you might just grab the bigger number, but it's actually not that simple. And that's exactly the puzzle we're going to solve today. And to solve this puzzle, you need to know about something called total compensation. Think of it as your secret weapon. It's the key to understanding what a job offer is actually worth, beyond just that initial salary number. So what is total compensation? Well, it's the complete pay package. We're talking salary plus the dollar value of all the extra stuff, all the benefits. And this is so important because you might get a job offer with a slightly lower salary, but the benefits could be so good they're worth thousands of dollars a year. If you just look at salary, you're missing a huge part of the picture.
And when we say benefits, we're not talking about small stuff. We're talking about the big things. Things like health insurance, dental insurance, life insurance, even retirement plans. I mean, a retirement plan is basically like the company giving you free money for your future. And things like a transportation allowance, that can save you a ton of cash over the year.
This all leads to a really important idea. Maybe the biggest takeaway today. The job with the highest salary isn't always the best deal. Seriously, sometimes a job that pays a little less on paper can actually make you wealthier in the long run because the benefits are so good. It's a common mistake people make, and we're not going to fall for it. Okay, so how do we actually figure all this out? How do we make it all add up? Don't worry, it's not super complicated. I'm going to show you how to calculate the real value step by step. But before we do any math, there is one golden rule. You absolutely have to follow it. To compare different kinds of pay, they must be in the same unit of time. You can't compare apples and oranges, right? Same thing here. You can't compare a monthly benefit to an hourly wage. It just doesn't work. So we've got to convert everything to one standard unit. And for us, that's going to be per year. And the process is actually pretty simple. Just 3 steps. Step 1, take all those benefits and convert them to their annual value. Step 2, add up the annual value of all those benefits. And step 3, add that total to the annual salary. That's it. That's how you find the total compensation. All right, that's enough theory. Let's see how this actually works with some real numbers. And to make sure you really get it, we're going to do this I do, we do style. First, I'll walk through one completely on my own. Then, for the next one, we'll solve it together. Sound good? Let's jump in. Okay, here's our first example. An assistant manager gets an offer. The annual salary is $47,854. That's a solid number. But they also get health insurance worth about $314 a month and life insurance worth another $1,854 a month. So what's the real value here? So let's break this down. First, we need to figure out the total value of the benefits per year. The health and life insurance together are $332.54 a month. To get the annual value, we just multiply that by 12 since there are 12 months in a year. That gives us almost $4,000 in benefits alone. Now for the final step, we add that to the base salary. And look at that. The total compensation is over $51,800. See? That's way more than the original salary they offered. Okay, you saw how that works. Now it's our turn. We're going to do this next one together. So meet Andres. He's got an offer for $3,100 a month. The company also pays for half of his $450 a month medical plan, and they'll match his retirement contribution up to $3,500 a year. So what's the annual value of this offer? All right, here's what I want you to do. In a second, pause this and try to figure it out yourself. Just follow the steps. First, calculate the annual salary. Then, figure out the total annual value of the benefits. And finally, add them together to get the total compensation. Go ahead, pause now and give it a shot. Okay, you back? Let's see how you did. For the salary, you take $3,100 a month and multiply by 12. That's $37,200. For the benefits, half of $450 a month is $225. Multiply that by 12, and you get $2,700 for the year. Add in the $3,500 from the retirement match, and that's $6,200 in total benefits. So what's the grand total? $43,400. How'd you do?
Nice work, you're getting the hang of this. So we did one together, now it's your turn. I'm going to give you a problem to tackle completely on your own. This is where you get to show what you've learned.
So here's the situation. Marcia gets paid $17.50 an hour and works 35 hours a week. She also gets free medical coverage worth $6,500 a year. Plus, her company pays for half of her dental insurance, which is $900 a year, and half her life insurance, which is $250 a year. Your job is to figure out the total annual value of her compensation. Now, I'll give you a little hint. This one has an hourly wage, not a monthly salary. So the first thing you have to do is figure out her annual salary before you even think about adding the benefits. Remember how many weeks are in a year, and you'll be good to go. Go ahead and pause here and work it out. Awesome job. Now, before we finish up, I just want to be really clear about something. This isn't just some random math problem. This is a real-world skill. Knowing how to do this can seriously impact your financial future. So let's recap the big ideas from today. First, and most importantly, always look beyond the salary. Second, to really compare offers, you have to convert everything to an annual value. And third, remember our simple formula. Annual salary plus annual benefits equals total compensation. If you remember those three things, you're set. Because really, understanding what your compensation is truly worth is a huge step toward building the financial future you want. So the next time you see a job offer, you'll know exactly what to do. You'll look past that first number and see the whole picture because you know how to find the hidden value. And that's a pretty powerful thing.